Yeah, I mean, for me, early days, for the most part, it was just about getting the best waves that you could find in the world. So nice for me to come here and like, so much of the time you're just kind of chasing that result, or you're chasing the wins, that you kind of forget a little bit about the leisure of it. Experiencing the world with your family and things like that is really the biggest success. And I think that's going to be the biggest success for me in my life. My name is Jordy Smith, and I'm from Durban, South Africa, and I'm a professional surfer. Let's see if the stuff all made it.
How was yesterday's flight?
Yesterday's flight was probably the heaviest one I've experienced.
Tell them what we gotta do, bro.
I was looking over at my wife, and she just did not want to make eye contact, and I had my grom next to me, and he kept asking me, he goes, "Dad, are we doing loop-de-loops?" Yeah, I mean, for me, early days just kind of consisted of surfing a lot at my local beach. I don't know, I think just kind of dreaming about traveling the world, finding new spots, becoming a professional surfer. I didn't really know too much what that kind of entailed, but for the most part, it was just about getting the best waves that you could find in the world. And then as kind of time went on, I got really good at contests. And yeah, I've been pretty much in the contest scene for like 20 years. As far as competing, I'm just such a competitive person. It's like, no, I think it's just ingrained in people. They're just a certain way, the way they look at things and the way they basically try and win at everything they do. And that's just kind of my nature, I guess. Starting out, went through the whole contest scene, and yeah, just try and chase world titles as much as you possibly can. Kind of hasn't happened for me, but at the end of the day, I guess they say it's about the journey and not so much the destination. So just really enjoying everything that you're a part of, and when it's happening, just be there, be present, and have fun. It's definitely evolved, the mindset, and I would say in a way where when I had my son, I think it really put everything into perspective. You know, whether you win, lose, or draw, the sun's still gonna come up tomorrow. I'm still gonna have to take the trash out, still gonna have to wipe his bum. So things like that, it's just, you know, there's kind of a bigger picture in life. I think it makes you more deadly as a competitor too, because it just really puts this sort of ease on your shoulders that you can just really go out there and focus on what you want to do and not feel like you've got this big weight on your back that you're carrying. That's what it's done for me. And on the other side, it's just really made me train harder or surf, you know, put the time into the surf better, because I don't want to take any wasted time away from him. And if I'm taking time away from them, it needs to be time well spent.
So it happened a little bit before he had his son Ziggy, but George started realizing like, hey, it's just surfing and competing. There's like much bigger problems in life, and there's much more real things. And his perspective changed heavily. It's like after that, you know, I think he had done a few years with his coach, and coach had taught him a lot, like beyond just kind of the surfing and technicalities of it, but about life. And he kind of started realizing, holy shit, I'm really fortunate to be in this position. And while I'm competing, don't take it as I don't care if I lose. It's like I still care, I'm still just as pissed off, but I know that there's much bigger and more real things in life, you know, and I've made more money than I ever thought we would as a family. I have a healthy wife, a healthy kid, and healthy parents. Like, what more can I really ask for? So while he hates losing and absolutely kills him for those few hours, a day or two, it's not like bothers him for as long as it used to. He kind of realizes, okay, surfing is just what I do. It's not who I am, you know?
So it brings out a different side to you as a person when you've got kids, you know, not just in chronological kind of maturity, but also just suddenly now you've got a whole other person to live for. It just makes you more wholesome and all-rounded, you know, and I think it also makes you appreciate life all the more.
So nice for me to come here and like, I don't know, experience a different setting. So much of the time you're just kind of chasing that result, or you're chasing the wins, that you kind of forget a little bit about the leisure of it. And I kind of feel like experiencing the world with your family and things like that is really the biggest success. And I think that's going to be the biggest success for me in my life, and kind of just showing them a bit about what I love and what I know.
Jump. You gotta skip. You gotta hop. You gotta go over these mountains.
You think we go all the way to the top?
Yeah, I can.
You can?
Yeah.
I like to hear that.
Come on. Let's go all the way to the top, eh? Come on, bro. 3 up.
Yeah, I think for me, like, what's really important is when I was growing up, having my dad shape my surfboards, and still to this day, has been really such a blessing in disguise, I think. You know, not only, you know, was he my dad, he's kind of my best friend. And so for me, just having that father-son relationship, super open and honest with everything that we've done, has been massive. And it's something that I really want to kind of show my son, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was just involved, you know, so involved within the surf industry, especially in South Africa. So he had that first insight into it. And I think that really helped my journey a lot. And yeah, bro, it's just been insane, you know, to kind of come full circle. We had a surfboard brand again together.
Yeah, so these episodes are called Pack Heavy, Chase Light. And when you messaged me a day or two ago, I was thinking about it. And you know, Jordy didn't pack his own bags till he was 18 years old. Like, his dad would pack his board bags, would pack his clothing. Like, he'd be outside waiting in the car like this, like, let's go. And then his dad would be like packing, sweating, getting all the boards on the roof. And I'd be like, Jordan, what the fuck are you doing? Because his dad traveled everywhere with us when we were young. And, and he's like, G-Force will do it. That's why he's here, you know? And now he's, you know, he's seeing the other side of it. He's got his own kid. He's like, all I do is clean up after this guy. I'm like packing his bags. And so it's come full 360, you know, with everything.
I mean, yeah, the other day I was like, he's 73. So I said to him, hey, Dad, like, you know, you ever want to kind of just like cruise and retire? And he's like, oh yeah, you ever want to just cruise and retire and stop surfing? And I was like, all right, well, I guess it makes sense. And it's so cool to see someone at 73 love his job, call it passion, so much that he's like a 16-year-old kid. He's just in the bay every single day, slamming out 10 to 15 boards. To watch somebody like that and learn is insane. I mean, traveling for me, I'd say since my son's come, everything's changed really, and kind of my goal has been, well, at least the thought behind it has been, you know, I think the best knowledge and advice I could ever give somebody would be to kind of show them the world. I think the best education you can give someone is knowledge in the field, and there's no better way than actually going and physically experiencing something. You can read it in a book, you can do this and do that, but until you actually go and see it for yourself, that's when really things change. And that's what I did when I was a kid, you know. I think I was 11, 12 years old, going overseas, seeing things from my own eyes at a young age, and that was the best sort of education that I'd ever had. It's easy to sit back and kind of read things in a book, but when you actually go and do it and experience it for yourself, it's a whole nother level of education, I think.
Jordy's like, he was always felt much younger than me, and in the last like 5 or 6 years, he's become very, very philosophical. He's got a lot of wisdom, and I catch myself learning from him a lot, and he says stuff, and he's just the king of like metaphors. Or
I don't even speak. I just quote. That's all I do.
He's got all the bangers, you know. He's got all the crumbs make a loaf. Don't step over 20s to pick up 5s. Like he's got millions of them.
The wind's blowing so hard it's blowing the muscles off the rocks. Exactly it. I'm full with dad jokes. Some of the things I just come up with, some of the things I come up and they're not even things. They don't even make sense. But it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Oh, there's another one.
It's so vast. It's really hard to comprehend and kind of put it all into scale. It's just so grand. Pretty crazy, huh? That's some sightseeing right there.
Jordy is incredibly detailed oriented when it comes to surfing, cameras, filming. I mean, but yeah, with regards to the detail, I just love it that somebody like that, even though he's not the guy behind the camera, you know, he's wanting to make 100% sure that the camera guys know exactly what they're filming, where they're filming from. He'll set them up.
No, I like hyper focus in on things sometimes, whether it's about like even filming. I just know, I like look at the surf spot and then just know the angles that are going to look best and suit me best, the type of surfing that I'm going to do, so that it makes it kind of easy on me and easy on the camera guy as well. You know, as a surfer, I need to be able to kind of tell my story the best way. And when I say like the devil's in the details, it really is, because there's so much information and so much footage and media and everything that comes out every day. But it's to be that little bit different or that little bit sharper that makes the difference and makes you kind of worth viewing. Maybe it's just things that I'm really passionate about, whether it's like film and photography or cameras, and then surfing. And so everybody surfs really good, but it's the story in and around the surfing that really tells the picture and the story. And I feel like that's the difference when you're watching things, because the whole world bloody rips, but they want to know like who you are and what's around you that really makes up that story. Some of my friends, they call me Smith because they reckon I just direct the camera. I'm in front and behind the lens at the same time. I do. I definitely have horror stories for as far as filmers go. They, I think when they find out they want to trip with me, they're like, oh, mayday, here we go again.
Well, his thing is like, you got one job to fucking get my waves, and you miss them, you know? Like changing battery, that'll happen here and there, but like, you fucking looking at your phone or something, no. Other thing too is he surfs until guys' batteries die. He surfs so much, you know, the guys will just be like, fuck, and then you'll get the wave of the day, and he would have been out there for 5 hours. You know?
Was the Grom, you know, he came on tour as the youngest player, and from then till now, and it's kind of crazy to think that he's the veteran on tour. I mean, it boggles my mind that he's now the oldest surfer on tour.
Wisdom is wasted on the old and youth is wasted on the young, right? Like, and George is now seeing like, hey, there's a limited time that I'm going to get to do this. It might be another 3, 4, 5 years. You know, his goal is to be the first surfer to ever do 20 years consecutively.
Yeah, 20 years straight. I don't think 20 years straight's ever been done. There's been a few years where guys have had years off and things like that, so.
Yeah, Kelly's had breaks, Steph had a break, you know, there'll be a few of them that have done it like that.
Yeah, I think when I look back, I'd be like, oh, I did 20 years of the tour, you know, that's really something I will be able to be proud of. Being the oldest now is pretty sick. I just get to look down upon everyone like, I know better, I know better. Respect your elders first, get all the bombs. Look at that thing. Not a soul out. For good reason. Whoa. I'm gonna suit up. Yeah. Get going. Yeah, do it. Shall I run on the frame? Yeah. Look at this thing. Look at that. Okay, yeah. There's waves. There's waves.
Africa, you think of Jeffreys Bay and immediately start then thinking who surfs Jeffreys Bay the best, and it's like Jordy Smith. And you know, there's a great quote about standing on the shoulder of giants looking ahead, and I think for a lot of that younger generation, Jordy is that giant, both in stature and what he's done for South African surfing. They are able to stand on his shoulders and look ahead, so I think that's really, really powerful, and he's done a lot for us.
The whole essence of traveling and finding out all these new places, you know, just having that opportunity to bring your family to somewhere new, somewhere that I've always only ever dreamt of coming, is an experience.
Bye.
Bye.
Tulu kangaroo, Tulu papa duck. Papa duck.
And there's something new, and that's what life's about, is having these new experiences. As you can tell, you gotta do the... Oh, he's got me ice cream. Okay, he's got me ice cream. Is that a new experience? There it is, back heavy chase life, bro. Bring a 3-year-old along with you. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, Jordy has it like, he would be doing this exact same thing as he's doing now if he was dirt poor. If he hadn't made tons of money surfing, he'd still be the same person and you'd still be doing the same thing, chasing waves. Like, it's who he is, it's like in his DNA. And I think he's trying to like, how do I showcase that more?
Why do I do what I do? Oh, I think it's probably that feeling that I get, and I'm just absolutely besotted with it. I'm in love with it, passionate about it, and I don't know, it just gives me that freedom to kind of go and do stuff that I never ever dreamt of doing before. Go all over the world, see all these beautiful places and do all these things. And it's everything about it. It's the perfect waves that we get, it's the skunkings, it's the people you meet, the cultures you see. I mean, there's not much more I could ask for in a life, you know? And yeah, I'm just in love with it. All right. That's a cool story, Jordy. I'm breezy, I'm going to the car. You guys coming or what, bro?